Louisiana lawmakers have until January 30th to draw a new congressional map after a federal judge extended the deadline. The current congressional map is the subject of a lawsuit filed by civil rights groups claiming that a single majority black voter congressional district violates the Voting Rights Act and does not reflect the latest census data. Governor-elect Jeff Landry takes office on January 8th, leaving time to convene a redistricting session before the court-ordered deadline. Here's the latest on the legal dispute.
The American Civil Liberties Union is proposing a Louisiana congressional map with congressional districts 2 and 5 as majority black districts. It's one remedial plan, one proposed map as a possible solution to create fair representation in Congress for Louisiana's African American voters.
The current map that the state has passed puts the cities of Baton Rouge and New Orleans into one congressional district. What our map has done is separated those two metropolitan areas into two different districts to make sure that black voters aren't all packed into one district, despite the differences in their living situations. We don't believe ours is the only map, and we're interested to see what the legislature comes up with to try to comply with the Voting Rights Act.
Recent U.S. Supreme Court rulings set the stage for Louisiana's legal showdown over its congressional redistricting.
We think the Supreme Court victory in Alabama is an enormous statement about the strength of the Voting Rights Act. We've also seen a recent win in Georgia following that. So we're eager to see the legislature come back into session as soon as possible. We're hoping that they will take the opportunity to do exactly what the district court required of them, to draw a new majority-minority district that would help black voters in Louisiana get fair representation consistent with the Voting Rights Act.
Do you have faith that the Louisiana lawmakers are capable of doing this given the current political climate?
We're always hopeful, and we think that, if anything, the case we've proven so far has given them a clear roadmap to how to draw a new majority black district in Louisiana.
At issue is Louisiana's current congressional map, which has one majority black voter district, despite 2020 census data showing that African Americans comprise roughly 1/3 of the state's population.
You don't have strong opinions as to where the second majority black congressional district is, as long as we have a second majority congressional black district.
That is correct. At the end of the day, we want to make sure that we have two legitimate seats with legitimate opportunities, not with narrow margins that don't take into effect the disproportionate amount of voting participation.
Louisiana Congressman Troy Carter, a Democrat, represents District 2, the state's only black majority congressional district. District 2 includes most of Orleans Parish and Jefferson Parish, the majority of the river parishes, and portions of East and West Baton Rouge Parish.
It balances the playing field. That gives cover to those individuals who feel like because their ideological views and philosophical views don't match up with those in the Republican Party and would better match up with a Democrat, that then they have the opportunity to have their voices heard greater in the nation's capital.
The U.S. Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals has extended the deadline to January 30th, 2024 for lawmakers to redraw Louisiana's congressional boundaries. Governor-elect Jeff Landry takes office January 8th, in time to convene a redistricting session before the court deadline, although the incoming administration has not committed publicly to calling one.
I'm hopeful and optimistic that this governor and this legislature will do the right thing this time, particularly since we've had so many directives from the court saying either you do it or we will.
If lawmakers fail to create a congressional map that is not in violation of the Voting Rights Act, the case heads to Louisiana's Middle District Court for a federal judge to decide.